Looking for a fresh angle on this Sunday's football? Well, you are in exactly the right place. We're about to break down a pretty dynamic two-pronged betting strategy that, goes a little beyond just picking the winner. Sunday really is the grand finale of the football weekend, isn't it? And today we're coming at it with a unique strategy that mixes up the classic betting markets with something a bit more specialized. So, let's dive right in. So, here's the game plan. It's built on a clear two-pronged approach. We're talking about a unique blend that combines the high-tension world of corner markets, that's betting on how many corners there'll be in a match, with a more traditional hunt for goals and wins right across Europe. Okay, so here's how we're splitting our focus. On one side, we're really zooming in on England, targeting the relentless pressure that leads to corners in 5 key Premier League games. And on the other side, we're zooming out, looking at the bigger picture across Europe to find some high-value goal and win opportunities. Let's kick things off with the first part of our plan, the Premier League corners. We are zeroing in on 5 specific matches in England that, honestly, just promise tons of end-to-end action. We're looking for teams with aggressive attacking styles, the kind that leads to deflected shots and big saves, which is the perfect recipe for a lot of corners. So here's how the day plays out. We start with that early kickoff targeting corners in the Palace versus Man United game. Then we hit a triple header at 3:05 p.m., which has just huge potential in the Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham matches. And to top it all off, the London Derby. The sheer intensity and rivalry between Chelsea and Arsenal, well, that should mean plenty of set-piece action. All right, with our corner strategy locked in for England, let's pivot to the second prong of this whole thing. We're shifting our focus across the continent for a global goal hunt. First stop, Scotland. Look, Celtic are just relentless at home. They average well over 2 goals per game, making their attack a really strong anchor for our European selections, especially against Hibernian. Next up, we're heading to Italy. You've got a very, very strong Inter side visiting Pisa, and we're backing them to get that away win. Inter are in just formidable form, they're challenging for the title, so we're banking on their superior quality and their momentum here. Now for some fantastic value, let's head north to Norway. The Norwegian League, it just serves up goals, We're targeting 2 matches here, backing over 2.5 goals in the games involving both Bodø Show and Viking FK. These two are some of the most free-scoring teams in their division. All right, as we move into the evening, our attention turns to a massive fixture in Spain. Real Madrid are on the road against a tricky Girona side. It's a huge clash, no doubt, but we're backing the experience and that big game mentality of Madrid to see them through. And our final stop on this European tour is Portugal. Porto are traditionally just a fortress at their home ground, the Estádio do Dragão. Against Estoril, that home dominance should absolutely be the deciding factor, so we're backing them to get the victory. So, we have our 2 very distinct sets of picks. Now, what's next? This is where we bring them all together. We're going to build what's called a powerful accumulator, linking all of these individual events into one single bet. For anyone who might not be familiar with the term, an accumulator is basically one single bet that links a bunch of different selections. The key thing, and this is super important to remember, is that it's an all-or-nothing deal. Every single one of your picks has to win. The real power move in this strategy is the combination. By weaving together our very specific Premier League corner selections with that broader European goal and win hunt, we create a single bet slip with really, really high potential. That synthesis, that's what makes this approach so compelling. All right, let's pull everything together into one final summary of the whole strategy. Okay, so here's the complete slate. We start with a high corner count across those 5 Premier League games. Then we move to the goal markets, Celtic for over 1.5, and both Bodø Glimt and Viking FK for over 2.5. And we round it all out with straight wins for the favorites, Inter, Real Madrid, and Porto. It's a really diverse set of picks, all rolled into one. And before we finish, a really crucial reminder, this is all just for fun and analysis. Please always, always bet responsibly and stay within your limits. Enjoy the games first and foremost. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Which part of this two-pronged strategy do you think holds the most potential? Is it the high-intensity corners in England, or is it the goal and win market spread all across Europe? Something to think about. Enjoy a fantastic day of football.